is to show you how to do step 6 of the Career Interest Project, Connecting and Evaluating. Now that you have a good idea of the tasks of the job that you've been researching, you're going to decide if you would like doing the tasks. This is why it's called evaluating, because you are coming up with your own opinion. Connecting means to relate it to yourself. So you have to relate the tasks to yourself, and then you have to decide, would I like that or not? It says explain why you would or would not enjoy completing the tasks. Hint, the tasks make great reasons. So, the first thing you would do is come up with your main idea, your topic sentence. This will be just the basic answer to the question. Now, pick one of the words off of your concept map and start with it as your reason. For example, providing students assistance and tutoring. That's a task of a teacher assistant, and I think it's important, and I would like to do that. So my reason would be the task. Remember, you don't need to make complete sentences here. Make it simple. Just plan what you're going to say. Detail. When I was growing up, I actually tutored my cousin in math, and I really liked that. It's probably one of the reasons I actually became a teacher, because tutoring is kind of how I got started. Now I'm going to pick another task and use that as my second reason. Let's say assisting teachers. I like doing that. So I really actually need more written in the detail box than the reason box. That's really where the interesting part of the paragraph comes in. I don't need you to say, I like assisting teachers, period. I need you to give me some life experience that shows me that you would like to do the job you're describing. For my last reason, I'm going to pick one more task. Well, I like to talk a lot, so presenting and discussing sound fun. But presenting and discussing aren't really the same thing, so remember that you really only want to put one reason at a time. Don't mix up your ideas. Alright, sometimes it's easy to plan the transitions as you go, and sometimes it's easy to come back after you've planned your reasons and then add the transitions. So, I would enjoy being a teacher's assistant. I would like to provide assistance and tutoring to students. I give my detail about my cousin, and since the second reason is just pretty much like the first reason, I'm going to use a simple transition like also. My third reason is like my other two. I don't have any contrasting information. I'm just adding more reasons. So I might use in addition. I don't want to keep saying also all the time. An easy transition for the conclusion is in conclusion. Finally would also work. Now, the trick about the conclusion is not saying the exact same thing twice. You don't want to say, I would enjoy being a teacher's assistant after you've already said that once. An easy way to do this is to think about your future. So, I'm kind of old, I already have a job, but maybe when I retire, I'll go to work as a teacher's assistant. That could be how this job would fit into my future. Once you're done planning out your paragraph, all you do is take your ideas and write them in paragraph form. Now that the paragraph is written, you have to go back and decide if there are any revision or proofreading changes that need to be made. This paragraph says, I would enjoy the job of a teacher assistant. First, I would enjoy tutoring students and helping them with assignments. When I was in high school, I used to tutor my cousin in math. I also helped my aunt, a college instructor, proofread her papers. All of my life, assisting people has seemed to be part of who I am, so this job would fit me. Besides helping students, I would like to help teachers. I have made tutorial guides and websites to help other teachers in our school and in other schools, so I know I would like to help a teacher one-on-one. Finally, I know I would like a job that lets me discuss ideas and information with other people. Since a teacher assistant discusses ideas with teachers and students, I know this would be a good job for me. In conclusion, I think this would be a good job for me once I have retired from my regular teaching job. Now, as I read that over, I noticed a couple of problems. First of all, this idea about helping my aunt, probably could go someplace else in the paragraph, because my aunt was a teacher, so I should move that or rearrange. Remember, that's part of Ed's car. R stands for rearrange. So I'm going to go ahead and take that sentence out of that spot and move it after the idea about teachers. This idea, all of my life assisting people has seemed to be part of who I am, sounds like a conclusion. So I'm going to rearrange that one too. I'm going to put it somewhere in the end. In conclusion, all of my life assisting people has seemed to be part of who I am, so this job would fit me. I think I like that better than my retirement idea, although I kind of like my retirement idea. Just because I said good job already once, and now I feel like I'm being redundant. Saying good job twice is overkill. So now my paragraph reads a little bit differently. I would enjoy the job of a teacher assistant, etc., etc. Now I just have to go back and proofread it. If you see a word and it just doesn't look right to you, it looks like it might be misspelled, double tap it and click Replace. A suggestion will appear and you can correct your spelling. Check all your commas and periods. Capitalization, especially the word I. Once it looks good, read it over one more time, and then go ahead and move on to the next step. Oop, I just found one. Students. Okay, now we're ready to move on to the next step.